come from a city called Pointe-Noire. This is where I'm from. While growing up, I had a dream like anybody. But my dream was specific. Help the children, try to do something for the society. Mostly people that didn't have advantages or opportunities. So I wanted to have an orphanage. I'm a fan of cartoons, animation. That's how I end up doing what I do today as a designer. So that's my dream. So I arrived in South Africa, came to visit. Arrived, I lived in Cape Park and moved to Cape Town in Daza Park. The money went low, went down to Peru where I lived. And then some political issue in my country, I couldn't go back. And I knew that was the beginning of an era in my life. Blue turning dark blue. So I had to find a job to survive. So I worked for a restaurant where I earned a little bit of money, but the very first month I couldn't pay my rent, so I was kicked out. I left for a month without a rent, without a place. So luckily I was working night shift, and then during the day spent time with friends, and then after the very first salary I moved to Elsis River. Then after that, it wasn't paying very well because it was only 700 rand a month, being not from here, you know what I mean? So I had to do a job that I never wanted to do in my life. I did security for 7 months, then didn't have a job anymore, moved to car guard, which I dropped after 2 weeks because I felt so bad. I was feeling like I was rejected by the people that I was helping at home. That's how I ended up with doing car sound systems technician in Somerset West. I did it for 8 months, but inside me I knew who I was. What I wanted to achieve in life was to study further, become who I wanted to become, and have an orphanage and then run my own company, animation and producing animation movies. This is how I met this lady, Little David, a domestic worker. We met in the train while traveling to work. Used to help her around, so I met the family, became like part of the family. Her son, actually my best friend, who is my role model. Then they knew what I wanted and encouraged me to go study. That's how I ended up at CPUT. Actually, I wanted to study animation. It was so expensive, 35,000 rand, which I can't pay. So I had to study something closer that can land me into the cinema industry. That's how I did industrial design, and I ended up in industrial design today. That time I had to work weekends so I can pay my living expenses, the rent and all that. So I lived in Somerset West and traveled now in 25 minutes to Cape Town, which is times 2 if I have to go back home. So a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of hard work, but a lot of fun as well with friends. Peer pressure, not in a bad way, but there were times that friends would say, let's go to the cafeteria, and we will go. Actually, I don't have money because they're dragging me around. So then let's buy the stuff. They would buy for me the first time, second, third, and the fourth time I feel bad and give excuses like, I have things to do in class, I'm coming, so because I don't feel like going and being paid food every time. So that's, and then at the end of the month when I have my money, I have to kind of buy stuff for them while knowing that this is the money that I have to survive for the month. This is Martin Fighter, my best friend at Tech, who introduced me to his parents, Uli and Gabriela Fighter. He owns a company, part of a company, a pharmaceutical company in Wellington. So at the end of the year, the first year, he offered me a job because I owe Tech 14,600 rand. So if I didn't pay that, I would have been out of Tech. So I had to go work for 5,000 rand a month, but knowing it's only 1 month and a half that I have to work. So at the end of the month, my best friend, Vernon, the one that became like family to me, called me and said that Mom, Lily David, the domestic worker, paid 14,600 rand for my first year so I can go back the second year. And the very same week, Uli, the owner of the company, proposed to me a study loan because he saw my marks and all that. So that's how I end up going for my second year. The very same year as well. At the end of the year, I met this wonderful lady who is in here with me. And her son Azario. They are now part of my life. So I didn't want to keep quiet. I didn't want to keep my problems to myself or lock them in the wardrobe and go to take and try to pretend that that I'm someone else. So talking to people, luckily I had a role model, a best friend who was also doing successfully in his studies, but went through my issues. So it was easy for me when I talk to him, he knows what I'm talking about because he did that path before. So talking to others, talking to lecturers, my lecturer here, Johan, knows what I'm talking about. So that really helped. I didn't want to become like someone who likes sweet coffee and get served coffee. Don't ask anything, drink the coffee, and it doesn't enjoy it. At the end, he finds there is sugar lying at the bottom. If he could ask, he would stir it and enjoy his sweet coffee. So I realized that year that it's about trying to talk, explain what's going on about in your life with your studies. Because around you, the students, there are so many of them, maybe that went the same situation that you're going through. Lecturers, try to be friends with them. That's what I did. So this is my golden year. Last year, I know my dad passed away 11 days before I finished my studies. But yeah, good things happened too. 3 days after I finished my studies, I got married. 7 days after I got a job as a designer. I graduated for my BTech degree this year, April. This is my wife next to me and my best friend and his girlfriend. This is what I did as my final product for BTech. It's a wheelchair device that can be used as a normal table for writing or can be converted for tablet or a tablet computer or a normal laptop computer. It has a rubber to protect from the heat if you want, the user want to carry a hot pot from the kitchen to the lounge room, or use it as a normal working space for cutting maybe carrots or whatever. So this is, if I have to recap, this is a Congolese dish. It's a bean and rice. It's usually in Congo, people eat it only Saturdays or Sunday, only weekends. But it became my dish for most of the days because I didn't have money to afford a different diet, that I had to eat this for 4 years of my studies most of the time. But today I work for Zenita. It's a board manufacturing company. But I wanted to show you the product that we make out of this board. We make so many stuff like interior. I design stuff for like a wheelchair organization as well. So from beans to sushi today, I enjoy what I do today. My patience, my hard work paid. I know one thing, that if you believe in what you do and you don't give up, you become the core shot of your life. There is no such thing as a determined destiny. You write your own destiny on the page. So my next step, I see today this is only the shadow of the beginning of what I'm going to become. So the next step is to get in what I wanted to do, start making my own movies, and have an orphanage. Thank you.